Welcome to the Tuesday, September 9th, 2025 school committee meeting here at the Tyngsborough High School PDC. I'm Ryan McMahon, I'm the chair, and I call this meeting to order. We'll start with introductions to my left.
Bear Bushman.
Anthony Tenorella.
Mike Woodlock, Assistant Superintendent.
Hi, Mike Flanagan, Superintendent.
Becky Stanton.
Danielle Athanas.
Hi, Stacy Gatto.
Rob Mullen.
Joe Messina, Business Administrator.
All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just as a reminder, these meetings are audio and video recorded. I will seek a motion to approve the 8/19/2025 school committee minutes and the 8/19/2025 superintendent's evaluation subcommittee minutes.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 7-0. Citizen time. Seeing none. Correspondence, Dr. Flanagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 3 items I want to talk about this evening. One, I hope I shared this in your drive. We received an email from Nick DePasquale, who is the volunteer coordinator for the Party by the Bridge, the block party, and he just wanted to thank and recognize the over 100 students from Tyngsborough High School that volunteered over the course of the weekend. It was a chaotic weekend and busy weekend. We had the middle school tour as well as a block party, but over 100 kids gave their time to set up and break down and work booths and things like that. So I think that's reflective of our students, and for the public, that's over 25% of the school that showed up. So that's an incredible percentage of volunteerism. So thank you to that group, and thank you for Mr. DePasquale for the email. The next piece of communication, I recently received an email from DESE regarding pathways to curriculum technical education. Essentially, what we need to do is we need to have a policy in place that shows how our middle school provides pathways and information for students to attend grade or Lowell Vocational Technical High School if they so choose. That being said, our middle school administrative team right now is developing what that policy will look like. We have a template boilerplate one from the DESE that we're working with. We're going to ensure that that fits our practices and protocols, and we're going to bring that to the policy subcommittee, which is why I'm requesting a policy subcommittee meeting before our next meeting to talk about CTE pathway model policy language, in addition to 2 other policy language pieces that we have, one on Title IX, which they've just revamped the language, and one potentially on cell phone usage. So we need to start to get that policy subcommittee going, but that communication is also available for you. And the third piece of information, it's come to my attention that some members of the committee and maybe even the community are asking about the SRO, and where is Mr. Gustafson and why is he not in the schools at this time? I will say that the Tyngsborough Police Department has had a series of openings, vacancies, for various reasons over the past month. Right now, I believe there are 3 active vacancies on the Tyngsborough Police Department. That being said, they are grossly understaffed. So to cover the shifts at night, I had a conversation with the chief. Officer Gustafson had to be pulled from the schools on an interim basis until we can get cadets through the academy and ready for patrol in the streets. So in a conversation as recently as last Friday with the chief, the hope is to have Officer Gustafson back as our SRO full-time in the schools by the holidays. So we're hoping for by Thanksgiving. In the meantime, I'll say Sergeant Melanson has made himself available to us. He's covering the schools. He works primarily out of Greater Lowell Tech, but he oversees all the SROs in the community. So he stepped up in Officer Gustafson's place. So that's the story with the SRO. There was no budgetary decision. It's really because the police department's undermanned right now. We are thrilled with Officer Gustafson as our SRO and excited to get him back, but I completely understand the chief's position where we have to keep the community safe at this time. So Sergeant Melanson's stepping up. So that's the plan. Hopefully by Thanksgiving, he's back in the schools.
Excellent. When it gets closer to Thanksgiving, can you just give us another update?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Number 5, personnel. Dr. Flanagan?
Thank you. Yeah, we have 3 notifications of resignation. Olivia Pacheco, TES paraprofessional, Haley Denisovich, TMS paraprofessional, and Sue Souza, who worked here at Tyngsborough High School as a custodian for 8+ years. So thank you all for your service.
Thank you. Share the success. Cam is not with us tonight, so we'll move on. Subcommittee update, policy subcommittee.
Kind of teased it out, but we're on a policy subcommittee meeting before next meeting.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to take 9A and 9B out of order.
Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 7-0.
So welcome, Mr. Ogden, Ms. Trainer, and our friends from Tyngsborough High School. Come on up to the table.
Yeah. So thank you for having us tonight. Each year as we get started, and we're usually the first ones up to come see you guys each year. So as the summer ends, we're kind of like, oh, we're rolling back in. But once the kids are here, the enthusiasm and excitement hits the building, and things get going. Athletics are in full swing. Theater has their big meeting tomorrow to get things underway. And academically, we're already off and running with that, so it's great. One of the other things that has happened recently are class elections were held, so we have many new class officers, which are all listed on the screen there now. And we are lucky enough to be joined by a number of them tonight who are going to kind of give you how the beginning of the year has gone. So first up, we have our juniors and seniors who they'll introduce themselves and then give you some updates.
Hi, I'm Sadie Mahalik. I'm a senior class officer.
Hi, my name is Neil Patel. I'm a senior class officer.
Hi, my name is Elisa Liu, and I'm a junior class officer. You want to start?
Sure. So at the start of the year, we began our class officer elections, in which all of us ran unopposed, so we were automatically elected and could begin our process of planning for our senior activities like senior week, prom, and our homecoming week. Also, before the school year starts, we had senior sidekicks, which is where a number of seniors come and they lead the orientation for the freshmen, and so they lead them around the school and tell them all about the school and where everything is.
For college and career, I personally I'm committed to college for soccer already, but I've definitely used a lot of resources through the school for preparing for college. I've talked to guidance a lot about SAT and SAT prep, and I've had a lot of help from teachers and guidance when it comes to college essays and applications, and we've had multiple WIN meetings and having the guidance come to our classes all on their own, asking about how we apply and how to help and if anyone needs help. So they've definitely been very helpful in that process, and they're definitely helpful in helping us guide onto the right path. So that's very good.
And come the end of the year, we'll graduate on January 5th, which we hope will be, a great day for us.
Yep.
So at the start of the year for the class of 2027, juniors learned how to use to use Power School to schedule their own wins. So that
Can I
was
stop you right there? Can we just move the microphone
Oh,
over?
sorry.
We're not able to hear your phone. Thank you.
Yeah. So at the start of the school year, juniors, we learned how to use Power School in order to schedule our wins for every single week, which was really, really helpful and really adaptive and flexible. And for athletics, for this fall, all the sports teams have a lot of seniors, so there's a lot of experienced leaders on the teams. And for the fall, we have more than 250 students. So that's a huge number, and all the sports teams have been doing quite well.
Now we're going to transition to our freshmen and sophomores.
I'm Morgan Manning. I'm the sophomore class officer.
I'm Faris Atik, and I'm a sophomore class officer.
I'm Abby Policarp-Bontemps, and I'm a freshman class officer.
I'm Katerina Walkis, and I'm a freshman class officer.
Some things we're looking forward to this year and years moving forward are definitely homecoming. This year it's on the week of October 6th, but everyone always has fun. It's always the highlight of everyone's year, and I think trying to figure that out, but also doing all of the games and getting everyone together, it's always the most fun part.
So during March, we have our March Madness week, where we hold a week of Spirit Days, and we're looking forward to the student-faculty basketball game, where each grade faces off the teachers and faculty members in a basketball match, and dodgeball.
As last year we were freshmen, fundraising was kind of a new, weird thing to us, but we pushed through and did really well. And I think trying out new fundraising techniques, doing something more, knowing what's good, what's bad, it's definitely gonna make it easier. And we're looking forward to like raising more money for our class for senior week.
So we want to get to know the teachers better, as some teachers have retired from last year, like Miss Bogan, who was the bio teacher, and Mr. Eaton, who was the band teacher. And so we want to get to know the new teachers as well as the current ones, since we still want to get to know more about them. And for DECA, so this year we have 85 students who attended the first meeting, and which is a pretty good size for DECA, as we were planning for 100 people, but we think people can still join. And we have our Fall State Leadership coming up, which is just a place where students can go to Worcester State, and people can learn more about how we can do this, and things like in DECA, and more about business. So we're planning to have way more students for states.
The start of high school has been really fun. We've done like a lot. We've got to know like a lot of people in the school, and we have like way more freedom in high school, since like we get to like choose what we're doing, and like you kind of like decide like what classes you want to do and stuff, and yeah.
The biggest difference between TMS and THS for me was the independence and the accountability. With being in a school where the schoolwork is taken even more serious, that type of work has shown me I need to be more independent in my work, and has taught me to keep myself organized and accountable of all the work that needs to be done.
My biggest difference from TMS and THS is the workload and homework. Last year I like had like one paper I needed to do, but this year I have like an essay in each class I need to finish, and like all this work, and it like definitely keeps me on my toes, so I like always have something to do.
My favorite thing so far has been the support from the teachers and staff, not only like welcoming us to this new school, but also showing us that help is always needed, like help is always there when needed. And it has made this transition from middle school to high school a lot less overwhelming.
My favorite thing so far is the collaboration in the grade. So many people have like come up to me and Kat and like asked us what we're doing for like Hoka Week or like shirts, and they definitely gave their ideas. So like seeing everyone like come together to like do like one thing is like really amazing.
So that's it for each class, and if you have questions for any of them, we'd be more than happy to answer them.
Great job by all of you. Really appreciate you guys coming. This is one of our favorite activities as school committee members, is when the students come, reminds us why we do this. I'll open up to the committee for questions.
You usually start us off with questions.
No. Malin?
I just want to say that I liked how our younger students, our freshmen, said that they felt supported. That they felt supported, and that the teachers were there, and that you're liking all the collaboration, and that was really good to hear, because you're coming up here from the middle school, and it's good to hear that you feel kind of like welcomed, and like you weren't here without any support, or you didn't know where to go, or so that was kind of nice to hear. That's how it should be, so that's good. And I had a question for our soccer player, where you've already been in agreement with to go to school after.
Oh, I'm committed to the admissions process at Millwood College.
Oh, great,
In Vermont.
awesome, congratulations.
Thank you.
Have any of you had a chance to go see the new middle school yet?
Yeah,
Just one of you? What'd you think?
it's like crazy.
Want to go back?
It's a little too nice, I think.
It's too nice?
Like, I like.
school, so it won't take long.
Yeah. That's true. No, I go up there to go see like OB and talk to him about stuff for practices, but I think it's a little too nice, especially for him.
That's great.
I was happy to hear from Elise about scheduling your own wins. How's that being received?
I think most people in my grade really like it, and I think it takes the pressure away from the teachers and for having to do that, which is really nice.
Good, good.
I'll just piggyback on that. Mr. Woodlock and I are walking down the English hallway this morning. We listened to Mr. Redmond talk about his win being sold out for the next week and a half or so because of college essay writing. So the seniors are already starting, and it was just like, holy mackerel, like we've been here for a week, and it's all about college essays at this point. So it's great that we're out in front of it, we have the support, and the kids are utilizing, or students are utilizing the support that's there for them. I think that's the most important thing, so.
If I could just piggyback on that for our seniors, our community offers a ton of scholarships, and your parents would appreciate every single one of them you applied for. In some cases, even if it doesn't apply to you, apply for it. Because some of them go where nobody applies for them and the money's not granted. So apply for everything.
Agreed.
All right, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Mr. Ogden, we'll go right into the overnight field trip request. I did put the information in a slide. Mr. Woodlock, if you can advance that slide. And I put in the links as well so that people, the committee has access to the full in-depth presentation from each one of these trips.
Yep. So we're looking for approval for 3 overnight trips this year. They are all trips that we've run in the past, 2 domestic and 1 international. The first one is the traditional trip that we've done for the last 12 years, I believe it is now, to Give Kids the World in Florida, where we'll do a week down there. Mr. Harris, in his final year, is looking to take a group back to New York City to go see a play again this year and see some of the sights there. That'll also take place in December. And then the final trip is the international trip this year, which is to Netherlands, Belgium, and Paris. So you can see the number of students for each and the number of chaperones that would be attending, as well as the prices.
Okay. I'll seek a motion to approve the overnight travel opportunities as presented by Mr. Ogden.
So moved?
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 700.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's a
Thank you,
great
Mr. Ogden.
opportunity for them.
Thank you, Mr. Ogden.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Ogden.
Okay. We will resume back with 8A, MSBA update.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just jump in the slide deck at this point, remind about upcoming meetings. Our next school building committee meeting is next Wednesday night, and then we have our regular school committee meeting 2 weeks from tonight. And then we'll go to the next slide. So the MSBA update. As you know, we have temporary MDF panels right now in the cafeteria. The tempered glass is scheduled to be delivered at the end by next Friday, the 17th, or the 19th, next Friday, the 19th. So they're going to use next Saturday as the installation date of the cafeteria, in the cafeteria panels there, that tempered glass. So I'll really complete that look, which will be great. The hope is to get it done in one day. If not, they'll have to come back either on Sunday or in the evening, but they will do it piece by piece as they can get into the building without impacting our lunches or our schedule in that manner. Parking lot, the work that's going on right now, they're flying. They're absolutely flying. The parking lot is scheduled. They finished all the underground stormwater drainage system. They're working on tying in all the underground electrical over the next day or two, and then by September 15th, they will actually begin grading and have the final grade done within 2 days, so that on the 17th, they begin putting the binder down on the road and that parking lot area. After the binder goes down, they'll then begin with curbing, and then after that, it's a final pave, and we're done. One of the things you'll see now as you drive out is they actually started today, they installed all the fence posts for the softball field. So the backstop fence posts are up, the fence posts are in, so the fencing will be complete by the end of the week as well. And then they're gonna do the final grade on the softball field. They'll leave one section open to get in and out, have access to it, but they're really moving along quite nicely right now. So the hope is, beginning of November, that first week of November, hopefully we're done. So that's where we are at this point.
At that point, I think our offices stopped shaking.
Yeah, they're like right there, digging everything up, so it's okay, it's worth it, so we just kind of plug through that, but it's going great. The other thing that they'll begin working on the shot put and discus area, so as a reminder, we have a graphic on that too. That is going to be out back at the old softball field out here, so that will displace our cross-country team, but again, everyone's been displaced or been interrupted at some point over the past 2.5 years, so we'll have to find a different location for our cross-country team because that is going to be a construction area out back. Additionally, the punch list that is going on, the JCJ, it's extensive, and Fontaine is working right through it, and they're doing a fantastic job. Right now, we're at the process of, we are scheduling all our trainings for our teachers, so our teachers getting trained on what the kiln looks like and how that works. Our TV media teachers getting trained on the lighting and the cameras in that room. Our band teacher, our music teacher, all the theater, stage, and lighting. So we're trying to nail all that down. Additionally, our tech director, Mr. Piper, is going through just about every one of these trainings. And we really need to get up to speed on the flex performance space so that we can begin moving our school committee meetings in there. Again, the hope is the first meeting in October is in there. Fingers crossed, that's when we'll be in there. But we need to make sure that we know how to operate everything and do it appropriately before we go over there. So, so the training is ongoing at this point. Today is the 9th of September, so we have about a month. So I'm hopeful that we'll be there in October. So that's where we are. A couple pictures I'll share with you. One, I thought this was a great slide, 2 drone pictures. Hamdi from left field took a drone picture last week, and just you can see the work that's ongoing and the difference between 2022 and 2025 where we are now. That was literally a week before demolition to 2 months before completion. Just a cool snapshot. And you can see the extra lane going down, the extra parking lane going down just to the left of the new middle school. Additional parking there, and it's just exciting to get to this point. Didn't know it was going to take us this long, and what the motion would be at 2025 when we were there in 2022, but it's been a long haul, but it's so nice to see light at the end of the tunnel. So the next picture, this is where, just to get your bearings, you can see Pierce Field up there, grayed out a little bit. That is where the new shot put and discus area will be. So the discus ring will be to the left of that picture, along the tree line and the shot. That's the shot the discus will throw out towards the baseball field. So that'll all be orange snow fenced in so that kids won't be able to access that. And the tree line, if we follow the tree line all the way down to the bottom of the slide, that will be the route that the trucks use to get in and out from the loading dock area. So they'll come in from the loading dock and then go right out to the tree line and hug the tree line to work in construction there. So that'll be starting, I believe, next Monday. So again, we're a construction site for a couple more months, but the progress is ongoing, and the product is certainly worth it. So happy to answer any questions about where we are at this point.
Any major hiccups or surprises that you weren't expecting?
Not really. Honestly, no. They've done a great job, and building committee members jump in here if I miss anything. They've done a great job of keeping everyone abreast of where we are. I think there's a couple discussions that have to happen at the school building committee level. One of the things we're talking about is maybe doing a survey to see what we can get in there for cellular network or a repeater of some sort to improve cell phone reception in the school. It's not great right now. It's not great anywhere in the school right now. So that's a conversation that needs to play out at the school building committee level. But in terms of the project itself, I think they're projecting that it's going to be well under budget and certainly on time. Tony, Becky, am I missing anything there?
Nope.
Anything like that?
The only thing I would add is that under budget is the taxpayers portion, not the reimbursement portion, which I think is a very important key piece of that, so.
Correct.
Mr. Mullen?
So this going to render that field useless at this point? The rest of the field? Adding the discus and javelin?
No, so they'll still be able to play soccer and field hockey like we paint that now for homecoming games. We do the double games. We'll still be able to do that.
Okay.
Yep.
During the planning of all of this, is any thought gone into the possibility of an addition to the high school in the future at any time, and preserving certain pieces of property for that use?
No. I will say this, part of the MSBA requirement is, as you build a new building, you have to think about additional space and renovating and adding on to that school as well. So part of the design of the current middle school, where it has the two wings going out, to add a third wing was always in their planning from the get-go, if we needed to do a renovation and or addition, to add another section on that. So they had to do that for that. I know you're talking for the high school, but no, that was never considered because it's not an MSBA requirement.
I understand that, but just as a long-term planning, if it's deemed at some point where the high school needs to be refurbished instead of replaced, or an addition needs to, like a STEM addition, a science and math addition to this building to bring it up to standard, 25, 30 years from now, whether that thought process had been made. That's all I was asking.
Yeah, no, I can't speak to that. I don't.
Okay.
Dr. Flanagan, during the initial phases, like way back in the day when we were talking about, is the building on this campus, is the building on a different piece of land, is it an addition to this building? I think we have to consider, could we do an addition aspect? There was talk about putting it out on the baseball field that we see in this picture, if there had to be an addition to the middle school, but that was in relation to the conversations for the middle school.
Right, exactly. Middle school is part of the high school. Like a middle, senior high school kind of thing.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, we did talk about that. So I guess to that point, if that was the conversation then, if an addition had to go on, I'd imagine go right there on the baseball field, and they'd connect it to the cafeteria. Because that was the logical move for where a standalone middle school would be, or an attached middle school. But,
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I may? Dr. Flanagan, could you speak to the mood in the school with the teachers, in the middle school with the teachers and with the students?
sure, it's great. Yeah, there's excitement. I think teachers are doing things that they couldn't do in the old school just because of the physical restraints of that building and the space. It wasn't conducive to learning. And teachers are changing their instructional practices. We see collaboration, we see small group instruction going on. We see kids using the classroom neighborhoods extensively. There's just a vibe in the school. And what have you seen? I mean, jump in if I'm missing anything.
No, I mean, it's a happy place. I think overall, like first of all, it's a quiet place. It's a big building, so like the separation really allows for a lot of great academics where it used to be just so congested. They are spread out enough. They have what they need. They have room to have flexible opportunities for classroom space. No, it's been really nice.
I mean, there are TikToks being made by these kids that we go to the nicest school in the state. So, I mean, that's their perception of it, which is really cool. And it's something that they can be proud of. And that, I did see some of the teachers having a conversation with it was a 7th grade team about a week ago. And it was great because they were saying, this community stepped up and we need to respect this facility and take pride in this. And it was a great conversation to tell the kids that a lot of work went into this and really be proud of it because we as a community came together and it shows that we value education. So I was really thrilled to see the 7th grade teachers have that conversation with kids.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Woodlock?
Yes, so as part of teaching and learning, as promised, I said I would give you an update on our SDI. I'll try and keep it kind of surface level here and not go too in depth, but since the high school was our presenting group tonight, figured we'd start there. So as a reminder, our 3 kind of overarching themes for the SDI are meeting the needs of all students, providing comprehensive and inclusive learning environments, and prioritizing professional development and growth. So I've shared, asked the high school to share some of kind of their big ones this year, in addition to things that we've already been talking about, and that would include wind block, as we saw, like kind of making sure that doesn't just stagnate, that we continue to improve and get feedback from students. our instructional practices and support for those practices with Universal Design for Learning and multi-tiered systems of support. Those are still ongoing. And this year, we've had really a lot of outside providers for professional development over the last 3 years. This year, it's mostly just self-contained. So our administrators will be spending a lot of time making sure that we are providing professional development opportunities for staff that are meeting their needs. And it's not just the teachers, it's our support personnel, it's our paraprofessionals and our nurses and counselors. So we've done a lot, kind of extensive work on that over the summer, and I'm pretty proud of where we are heading into our first PD day next week, the 17th? That's next week, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry about that. So some of the key items just on here, which are kind of new for this year. The administrative team is going to support the transition to evidence-based co-teaching. We have a number of co-teaching classrooms here at the high school, and for those that may not know, co-teaching is when we have a special education teacher and a content-specific teacher working collaboratively. I think when co-teaching doesn't work right, it looks like we have a teacher with a special education teacher that's sitting there watching and kind of helping out a little bit. But co-teaching is meant to be both of them owning a piece of this. And so we'll be providing professional development on that, but we're working with our special educators and our content leaders. We have really great people, so it's just a matter of we want to make that more robust. So it's a priority this year. All departments will be working together to create and update pacing guides, which is an update to our curriculum documentation. We have curriculum maps which outline the specified curriculum for all of our content areas. And what we found, and what I found specifically, is although we're mandated to have those, they don't get used much. They don't get referenced much. So we're trying to work with the high school to follow in line with what the elementary school and then the middle school last year, now the high school this year, are using pacing guides, which are much more interactive, which utilize the curriculum maps, but are also referenced regularly and provide a lot of links to important documentation that can be used for the instructional purposes. And so that keeps the instruction and the curriculum linked together regularly, and really is a support for us. Should we have and we will have some teachers that are probably retiring in the next couple of years as new teachers come in, that's a resource for them that they can access right there. The curriculum maps, although, yes, they're a resource, they're just not user-friendly. And so new teachers coming in, any new staff really will have direct access to this is what's happening in the class. These are activities that we use. Here are resources that are aligned to that, and it's kind of an all-in-one. So I'm excited to see that move into the high school. With TMS, we'll continue this for next year. Again, this is a continuation one, but a big one is the transition piece. Working with the middle school to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure that the students and our community and our parents know what THS has to offer and supporting that transition as best we can. Of course, that'll continue from TES to TMS as well. I think we made some great strides in the last year or so. And this year we'll have kind of a big visit with the NEASC accreditation process. The high school staff and administration have been working pretty hard to do all of the groundwork to get ready for an actual visit. And so that visit will be happening, I believe, this fall. So they've submitted their self-study, and we'll have folks come and visit. They'll look at our self-study. They'll talk to people, probably including us. And then they'll make some recommendations, and then they'll come back in 2 years and see where we're at. So it's a great self-assessment for the high school, then to have someone come in and actually give us their own assessment, and then an opportunity to utilize that information to make improvements to our practices. So it's a big commitment, as you know. So so any questions on the SDI in general or THS specifically?
When you say evidence-based co-teaching, what does that mean?
So it means that there's been research done, that there's been, how should I say it, scientific method applied to see that these practices that we're going to be utilizing, there's 6 co-teaching methods, right? So these practices have been tried, they've been measured as far as do they produce more student growth. And so if we follow these a little bit more specifically in accordance with the practices outlined, we should expect to see more student growth from the utilization of these practices. So the evidence is there, like we can look at articles, we can look at analyses that have been done that support these practices.
So it's not qualitative or quantitative study, it's been done, a longitudinal study per se.
Yeah, so instead of just kind of throwing the teachers together, we're saying, hey,
100%.
other people have done this, let's learn from
Yeah,
what they've
the
learned.
data says these are the best practices, this is a seminal study in whatever, and then we're gonna lean on that. This is the most cited research for this.
Excellent.
Very good question, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
9C?
9C.
Mr. Chair, Civic Leadership Academy, this is more FYI than anything else. You've probably seen it, but Town Manager Loisel and Ronnie Camille from the Media Department on the town side have run a Civic Leadership Academy now for 2 years. Essentially, they open up to community members and anyone interested in getting involved in town government or learning more about town government comes to this, and they essentially meet with every department in the community. So I just wanted to provide information that we will be, again, meeting them on behalf of Tyngsborough Public Schools tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. You're more than welcome to come if you're around. And it'll be Mr. Messina, Mr. Woodlock, and myself, and we'll do a presentation. We'll give a tour of the middle school first, and then we really just kind of do a high-level presentation on the Tyngsborough Public Schools and who we are and what we accomplish and what we do. And I just included the slide deck, really more as kind of FYI for you, but I think it's a great thing that they do on the town side, and I think it's great that it piques people's interest a little bit in getting involved in municipal government. So it's just FYI more than anything else. 9D.
Yeah.
I will read the homeschool families for the 25-26 school year. Derek and Julie Adams have 2 children. Christopher and Heather Black have 6 children attending homeschool or being homeschooled. Michael and Rebecca Kennery, 1 child. Corliss and Angelina Lambert, 3 children. Chris and Michelle McNally, 1 child. Paul and Jill Mercier, 1 child. Charles and Juliana Montezilos, 2 children. Masudi and Justina Magudwa, 1 child. Kenneth and Kristen Russell, 2 children. Adam and Lydia Shaw, 2 children. And Eureka Lord, 1 child.
Thank you. Finance, Mr. Messina?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For signing of bills, we had 15 bill warrants presented to the committee tonight. I do have them all back approved. As always, in your drive is a list of warrant numbers, accounts, and amounts. For signing of payroll, 3 payrolls since we last visited this. The payrolls of August 11th, August 25th, and yesterday, September 8th. Again, in the drive is the list of warrant numbers and the amounts of those payrolls. And that is it for finance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
School committee discussion. Bert?
Yep. I want to thank the high school administration and students for a great presentation. Thank you, Mr. Woodlock, for the SDI update. If the committee will indulge me for maybe a minute, I probably won't be at the building committee meeting next week. My son's flying in from LA, and unfortunately, I think he's going to arrive in Tyngsborough just at the time of the meeting. But I want to thank publicly everyone that's been involved over the years, because it's taken a lot, from concept to the support from the community, to funding, to getting it built. I don't think we could have found a better team, aside from left field, JCJ Architecture, and the Fontaine Brothers. It was particularly nice to be there the day it opened with the administration, Mrs. Athenas, Mr. Mullen, and see the staff and students going in. It's something I've waited to see for about 13 years. I know Dr. Flanagan, Mr. Messina, Mrs. Wennerstrom, Mr. Mitchell, myself were there in the beginning. There are 3 people that I think should be named as part of that too. Obviously, Don Champa, who was involved in the very beginning of it. George Triakis, who did an unbelievably detailed analysis of every room, every floor. When we took the building assistance team through, they kept remarking at how excellent his analysis was. And unfortunately, the feedback was so positive, we thought we would get it a lot sooner than 9 years later, but it took that long. And lastly was my vice chair, who was a big help to me, Herb DeRocha. So thank you all.
Well said, Bert.
I was gonna say, I'll echo everything you just said. It's been a long, I think I came in year 2. But it's been a long process. I was not able to be there for the opening day, but I was there for the walkthrough on that Saturday morning. I believe we had over 500 residents come through, which was huge. Every one of them seemed excited as I exited the building, which was great. So I would like to thank Dr. Flanagan for everything you've done to make this project. In my opinion, I think that you're the reason this project actually happened. So your fight on town floor during the votes, and not your fight, but your explanations of what we were doing, why we were doing it, the costs, the budget. You've put more time and energy into this project than anyone, so thank you, Mr. Messina, and everyone else. Enjoy the new building.
Nothing at this time, thank you.
Joe?
I'm all set, thank you.
Thank you so much for the invite for opening day. That was a lot of fun. It was amazing the number of cars that were coming by, parents driving their kids who normally don't drive their kids. They were just coming by to take a look at the new building. And a lot of oohs and ahs from both the kids when they walked in and the parents as they were driving by. Administrative staff did a fantastic job directing traffic. There might have been 1 or 2 complaints, but that just was because of the volume that was going on. And as someone who drives his child to the campus here every morning, I can say that it has definitely calmed down. It's back to normal. So everybody in and out really quickly. But thanks for everyone for making that a fantastic day. I really appreciated it. That's all I have.
I just want to say that it's been amazing to see how excited the kids are to go to school there and how proud they are. And I hope the community knows how happy these students are, how proud they are of this building. I think that they are grateful. They're proud, they're excited, they're happy to be there. I think our teachers are very happy to be there. And they're excited for the different things that they can do now, the opportunities that they have, and that's pretty exciting. That's why we did this, to give them opportunities. So thank you to everyone that was involved. And I also quickly wanted to say a little plug for Tyngsborough Youth Basketball. If anyone at home is watching, registration is open. Go to the Tyngsborough Rec Department website and register your kids for basketball. It's a great program, starting all the way from little all-stars, pre-K through K, all the way up to our 8th graders. There's different opportunities for them to play basketball, learn skills, make friends. And I've had some loved ones go through the program, starting out from little all-stars and going right up to 8th grade, and they've loved it. So I encourage people to sign up their kiddos.
I will echo everybody else's thank yous to Dr. Flanagan, the school building committee. Oof, I should go to bed. Dr. Flanagan, the school building committee, the community who turned out to support the middle school. I have 2 middle schoolers, and it has been nothing but positive feedback about the building, about the vibes, the food. Mr. Messina, you will be glad to know there is much discussion and praise every single day about how good the food is. The vibe in the cafeteria is a big talking point every day. Did you sit outside? Did you sit inside? Both kids reporting that the teachers just seem excited. So a little bit of inside scoop. So thank you to everybody who supported the project. Thank you to the high school students for coming out tonight. It's always fun to see the students. It is why we do what we do. And good luck to everybody as all the fall sports are kicking in and theater programs and everything else. So that's it.
Well, it sounds like we're off to a good start for the school year. I've heard some great things from all the schools. I think we talked a lot about the Norris Road campus tonight, but also some great things are coming out of the elementary school campus as well. Really good feedback on the specialist teachers, which are definitely the highlight for a lot of the students. So, you know, some of those specialists are new teachers and being received very well by our students. So looking forward to a great year.
So, just a couple things. One, we did resolve the traffic pattern here on Norris Road. It took a couple days, but it's certainly much smoother now. I have to say that I want to talk a little bit about the opening at the elementary school, because I think, you know, in my 10th year as superintendent, this was probably the smoothest opening I've seen over there ever. And I think that's a testament to the administration, but I also think it's a testament to the teachers and the way they come out on those first couple of days and they hug the kids and they love the kids and they show them where they're going and the kids run to their old familiar faces. It's such a welcoming environment there, and I am so uncomfortable when little kids are not my age bracket. I'm a high school person. But, you know, holding their hands and walking them around, and the elementary teachers do a phenomenal job with that, and just welcoming them back and just watching those kids get off. And from kindergarten and preschool, and it's paparazzi day, and everyone taking pictures. Just an amazing opening over there, and that's not to the administration, that's to everyone in that building, for making it a clean, presentable, and a welcoming place, and it really was great to watch. So that was that, and yeah, we've already talked enough about the high school and middle school. They've done a good job too, so everything's great.
So I think that's a great point about the elementary school. I think that's where the foundation is laid, and we see it here tonight with some of these students. You know, we had a senior come directly from a soccer game, who's a class officer. So we have very talented students doing multiple activities after school, and just seeing what wonderful students we have. You know, that letter from the block party, you know, having over 100 students volunteer, I think that's absolutely amazing. Yeah. I think we should all be very proud about, you know, our students and the teachers that are fostering that.
Yep. Agreed.
We do have a need for executive session tonight to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health rather than professional competence of an individual, or to discuss the discipline or dismissal of, or complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual. We will return from the executive session only to adjourn the regular session meeting. I'm seeking a motion to enter into the executive session. This action requires a roll call vote.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
In favor?
Oh,
In
sorry.
favor.
In favor?
In favor?
In favor?
In favor.
Thank you. Have a good night.